Hello, everyone. My name is Jennifer Brown, Family Consumer Science Agent with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension Service. As we are finally in October, the weather is cooling down just slightly. And I love this time of year because it is the perfect time to get outside and be physically active. In fact, this past Saturday, my family and we went and participated in a 5K, and it was a wonderful, cool, crisp fall morning. So it wasn't too hot running or walking. We had a really good turnout, and I want to encourage you to be physically active this fall. It could be doing a 5K, or it could be that you're not yet at that level. Remember that it's never too late to get up and move. You can always start slow, being physically active for just a couple of minutes a day, especially if you're a couch potato and you're trying to kind of switch to maybe work up to a 5K. That's perfectly fine. In fact, the Parks and Rec department typically has, I think after the beginning of the start of the new year, they usually have a couch to 5K program. But you can just go ahead and get started now, being more physically active and getting in a little bit of exercise. You probably have heard the term physical activity and exercise, and they're often just used interchangeably because they're both just voluntary movements that are burning calories. Physically active or activities are just ways to get your body moving. Exercise is a specific form of activity that's kind of very planned or structured. Maybe you're doing some weight training, maybe you're taking an aerobics classes, or you're swimming. But you can be physically active just doing gardening, raking your leaves, climbing the stairs, getting in a couple of extra steps. Oftentimes we use the word exercise and it becomes this like dreaded thing. So instead of maybe thinking of it as exercise, think of it as I'm just going to be physically active. It's going to get you the steps that you need to improve your overall health and well-being. There's a variety of different benefits for being physically active. It's good if you set goals for yourself, and there are so many different ways that you can just get started. The benefits of being physically active or exercising is you're going to either maintain or improve your strength, and your fitness activities will help you improve your ability to do the things that you want to do. So many of us struggle to do the things that we used to be able to do so easily 20 years ago. We want to help improve your balance so that we can prevent falls. We just finished with Fall Prevention Month, but it's always something that we want to work on and to strive to do better. It can help you manage or prevent certain chronic illnesses such as diabetes or heart disease. And no matter what, it's going to improve your overall mental and emotional well-being and help reduce those feelings of just sadness or depression that sometimes we can get in, especially as we get towards the darker months of the year. Some people are affected by the seasons that we experience, and just the darkness can make them feel dark and depressed. Just remember, you are in charge. I am not here to tell you that you need to do, you need to do a 5K or you need to do a half marathon or any of that kind of stuff. You know your own needs, you know your own abilities. We want you to make it fun. For example, I did not run at all in this 5K. I do not run. I will walk it. I'll walk it fast. I'll, get my arms into it. I might do a light jog occasionally, maybe to catch up with my kids or whatever else. But I just put my best effort into it. I didn't care if I finished dead last. I just wanted to finish. And I just enjoyed being with other people and exercising with other people. There's a variety of different exercise classes with the Recreation Arts and Parks Department. There's also exercise classes at the Senior Center. They have group fitness, they have chair yoga, they have line dancing, they have a cardio drumming class, and it's typically offered on Wednesday mornings, but they just recently started a Thursday afternoon class at 5 p.m. on Thursdays. So there's so many different times and different levels. Some of these exercise classes you can do seated, you can stand up, You can do whatever your mobility and your level of fitness will let you do. But it's fun just getting out there and being physically active with other people. Again, there are so many different types of exercise. In fact, there are 4 different categories of exercise. So you have your endurance, your strength, your balance, and your flexibility. So the endurance, this is the cardio, the aerobic exercises. There's a variety of different names for it, but this is just going to get your heart pumping and it's going to get your breathing going. It'll help improve your overall heart, lung capacity, your circulatory system and health, and it will delay some of those diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, or even certain types of cancers. Basic examples of endurance activity is brisk walking, dancing, stair climbing, doing some of the yard work, such as raking those leaves, swimming, or even biking. The next one is strength building. Muscle strength is very important, even just in small increases. It could be that you start out with a 1-pound weight, and then the more you do it, and you get up to that 2, the 3, the 5, the 8, the 10, whatever you can do. Again, don't compare yourself to someone else. Even if you go take one of these group fitness classes, if you have to sit down the whole time and everybody else is standing up, if you are using a 1-pound weight and everybody else is using a 5, it doesn't matter. Okay. Small increases can help. Small amounts, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, they can help too. And your strength building will just help you with those everyday activities, carrying groceries, climbing stairs, getting yourself out of a chair, pushing up there. If you're building the strength in your arms, you're able to get yourself off the floor if you fall or get yourself out of the chair. And it helps promote that independent living that we all want to. We all want to be able to live on our own or take care of ourselves. And this is a good way to have the strength to do that. Balance. That is the key to preventing falls. If you are building your lower body strength, then you are also helping improve your balance. There's a variety of different ways you can do that, whether it's just standing on, 1 foot and just, seeing if you can balance. You might not be able to, but the more that you practice it, the more you will be able to just stand on 1 leg and hold your balance there. Again, if you're ever doing any of these exercises, we want to make sure that you do have the permission of your doctor, as well as that you can have something, sturdy to hold on to. You can focus on that. You can do heel to toe exercises, kind of working your calves there to strengthen your lower body. And then don't forget your flexibility. We want to be able to be limber and loose enough that we have the freedom of movement that we need. And you'll get this through that regular exercise routine or even just some of those everyday activities around your house. Stretching is important. That is the key to flexibility. So making sure that before you do your endurance workouts or even your strength training, that you are doing some basic stretches, working those muscles, warming them up. And then when you're done with your exercise, that you cool those muscles down. It could just be you're doing some, arm circles or some basic arm stretches, or you're stretching your calves. You're working all different parts of your body. And that's really important. Now, the regular physical activity is what is going to help us get those health benefits. It's not just once in a blue moon. It's that regular thing. It'll help you maintain a healthy weight. It'll help you prevent excess weight gain, and it could even help you lose weight. So there are certain recommended amounts for adults. It's 150 minutes of moderate physical activity each week. So that's about 5 days, 30 minutes each day, just to get the moderate level physical activity and to have those basic benefits. Now, you want to match the level of activity to your needs. Again, you might not be able to do what I can do, or you can't do what someone else can do, but you just do what you can do for however long you can do it, carrying whatever weight you can do it at, and then you improve yourself. Okay. And ways to succeed is that I have found is I enjoy socializing with others, maybe in a group atmosphere. Now, there's sometimes that is not the case, or I don't have the time or the ability to do that. So I've got to be able to motivate myself, but I still need to make sure I'm having fun while doing it. So it could be I'm going to turn some music on, or I'm going to get creative for it while I'm doing it, and just make it interesting, whatever else it is, and switching up my exercise routine. So I'm not doing the same exercise video or the same routine all the time. That will cause me to get bored, and I'm less likely to continue. Again, figuring out what is your starting point and just going from there. Consider your current activity level. Maybe you start, this week I'm not exercising yet, but I'm just going to keep a log of what I normally do on a day-to-day basis. And then I start tweaking those. How can I make that a little bit better? Can I walk a little further? Can I carry some weights? Can I go up a hill? Can I, there's so many different things that you could do to push yourself a little bit further. But first things you want to do is you want to consider your current fitness level. You want to set some goals. You want to be specific, realistic, and what's important to you. You might want to start with a short-term goal and then have that long-term goal. Maybe you have an event coming up, or maybe you're expecting a grandchild or whatever else, and you want to be able to be physically active so that you can, play with them. So you can, dance at somebody's wedding with them, and you're not in pain or out of shape or whatever else. You might need to actually write it down, write a plan down, get your calendar out. These are the days I'm going to be physically active. These are the days and the times and the place and whatnot. The more specific you are with your plan, the more likely you are to achieve it. So I find that, okay, there's these days that there are exercise classes at Parks and Rec. There are these days that there are exercise classes at the senior center or whatever else. I will look at my schedule for the week, and it could be, well, I can't do this day because the kids have something, or because I've got to work late, or I've got to do something like this. But you're answering all of those who, what, where, why, when questions when you're making your plan. Again, don't forget to talk to your doctor, whether you've been physically active, talk to them about what you're planning to do, talk about how it might affect your overall health. If you have other health problems, you need to take into consideration. Are there any exercises or activities that you need to avoid? Are there any unexplained symptoms? Any things that you need to do? Make sure that you also are not forgetting the little things, such as, do you have the proper shoes? There are, shoes need to fit well and need to offer the proper support. You want them to be flat, have non-skid soles. You want them to have a good support for your heel, enough room for your toes to move around. You want a cushioned arch that's not too high or too thick. And when your shoes get old and worn out, you need to replace them there. Don't forget that there's a variety of different things that will help you be more successful. It helps if you include physical activity within your everyday lifestyle, whether it's parking further away and getting in some of those extra steps, trying to include all 4 types of exercise, the endurance, the strength, the balance, and flexibility, okay? Planning for those breaks in your routine. There's going to be days that, this is not happening. So I need to figure out, how can I squeeze something in? How can I shave, make it a little bit differently? And, is it a priority? Make it a priority. We always say we don't have enough time to do something. We find time for the things that we want to find time for. So make it a priority. Maybe you need to make it easy on those crazy busy days, but you get it done. Maybe you need to make it as part of your social networking thing. Make it fun, okay? And again, there are 4 different types. There's some days I'm not getting my endurance, but I'm gonna get my strength training, I'm gonna get my balance in there. Don't be too hard on yourself on the days that maybe you slip up there, okay? Think about the reasons, why am I doing what I'm doing it? Maybe you need a picture. If I get down to this weight, I'm going to do this. Or if I improve my balance, I'm going to do this. Start at a level that is comfortable for you, thinking about ways to get in some of the other types of exercises. Be flexible and remember to believe in yourself. You've got this. You can do this. There's going to be little hiccups along the way, whether it's a temporary hiccup like you're on vacation, or maybe you get sick and that knocks you out for a couple of weeks. but you need to find a plan. If you're like, well, my walking buddy is hurt or whatever else, find a new walking buddy until that other one is available there. And just as you go, can I do this a little bit longer? Can I add in some extra weights? So you're not, getting that routine down and then your body kind of plateaus because it gets used to that routine. You still need to step it up a notch here. Don't injure yourself. Okay. We want you to begin low and slow. Okay. Wait 2 hours after you have a large meal before you're doing some strenuous activity. Make sure, again, you're wearing appropriate shoes, appropriate clothes. You've done a warm up. You have plenty of water to drink before, during, and after. If you are outside enjoying this beautiful weather, pay attention to, uneven pavements, the weather, pay attention to traffic hazards, all different types of stuff. Stop exercising. If you have any pain or pressure in your chest, neck, shoulder, arm, if you feel dizzy, muscle cramps, severe pain, and just walk safe in safe areas, walking facing oncoming traffic. Again, make sure that you are wearing bright, colorful clothing if you're out in the early morning hours or in the late evening hours and it's kind of dark out. And if you have a cell phone, it's always encouraged to take that with you just for safety in case something does happen. So we want to make sure that you have all the tools that you need. If you need any more information about being physically active, the types of exercises, or if you need a schedule to the Person County Senior Center or Parks and Rec, check them out on Facebook. And you can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Person Granville FCS. We're going to get a brief word on from one of our sponsors.
The leaves are falling. It's fall season in full swing with warmer days but cooler nights. T.G. Brooks Supply Company has your pumpkins for fall beauty. It's still time to plant your turnip seed and also your kale, mustard, collards, and broccoli. More importantly, it's time to sow the yard and do fall planting. There is no better time of the year to reseed and refeed your lawn. T.G. Brooks Supply Company has plenty of advice and plenty of supplies to enrich your yard with needs such as lime, fertilizer, grass seed, including the new Top Choice Turf Grass Seed for greener and plush lawns. Many people have been to T.G. Brooks Supply Company and picked up or had delivered beautiful mulch, including some of the triple ground mulch, and they have mulch in several colors. It's also time to do some raking. Get your lawn rakes and your tools to do the work. No matter if you are the individual homeowner or if you are the professional landscaper, T.G. Brooks Supply Company gives the same courteous attention to everyone. Fall and this time of the year is also time to check out your stovepipe needs and fitting needs. Also, they have your replacement parts for Taylor wood stoves like blowers, anode rods, rust inhibitor chemicals, and pumps. Be sure to check upstairs at Maybell's Boutique for fall children's clothing, shoes, accessories, and watch for sales. You will love their selections at Maybell's for fall. T.G. Brooks Supply Company, thanking you for your business and looking forward to serving you at their store or upstairs at Maybell's Boutique. T.G. Brooks Supply Company, phone 364-3016.
They're back! The horror movies that have haunted your dreams have come to life at Granville Haunt Farms Drive-Through Drive-In. Every Friday and Saturday night, those who dare will drive through the giant movie screen and face their worst fears. Granville Haunt Farm is just 1 mile south of the I-85 and Highway 15 intersection near Oxford. Get your tickets online at GranvilleHauntFarm.com. The thrills and chills begin every Friday and Saturday at sunset. Granville Haunt Farm. Drive-through, drive-in.
Welcome back to the Gardener's Corner program. I am Jennifer Brown, Family Consumer Science Agent with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension Service. Before the break, we were talking about being physically active and enjoying this cool fall weather. We also want to talk to you about the importance of making sure you're getting the other things that your body needs. For example, sleep. I know as it gets a little bit darker in the next couple of months, it's perfect sleep weather some of the times. It's really hard to get up in the morning and motivate myself to get up and get my physical activity. Or once it gets dark, my body's ready to go to sleep. It started producing the melatonin and it's lights out there. But we want you to, understand that you do need sleep, and we want to make sure that you're getting sleep and good quality sleep. So there's two types of sleep. We have the non-REM sleep and the REM sleep. So the REM, REM, stands for rapid eye movement. Okay, so when we're in the non-REM sleep thing, we kind of have that light sleep there. We're kind of just dozing maybe. Our eventually we get to where our eye movements stop. If you try to close your eyes and pretend you're sleeping, people, if you're faking it, they can see your eyes still moving. And then eventually we can get into that deep, deep sleep and that REM sleep. It usually first occurs about 90 minutes after you fall asleep. And it cycles along with that non-REM sleep in different stages throughout the night. Again, your eyes are going to be moving, your breathing could be more rapid, your heart rate can increase, your blood pressure can increase, and then you can even start to dream. Sometimes your arms and your leg muscles are temporarily paralyzed a little bit, or sometimes you just kind of have this spasm and it just wakes you up. During those first stages of sleep, again, you're in that very light sleep, just a little bit of noise, you're easily awakened. I think a lot of moms, I know my kids are a little bit older now, but in that first couple of years after you've had children, you're always kind of in that light sleep, just the slightest little noise of like, a baby crying or mama or something like this. And I'm not saying that, men or husbands don't have that as well. I just know I've talked about it with females. And then you kind of fall asleep slightly, but your eyes are still moving, your brain waves have slowed down a little bit there. And then you just continue further and further into that deep sleep, and it becomes more difficult to wake you up, and your brain waves slow down extremely there. So, again, when we are talking about sleep, oftentimes we talk about how much is enough. And it depends on which stage of life you're in. For, adults, we're about 7 to 9 hours on average is what we need. Okay. As and it's much more as we are younger. Teenagers or even elementary school age kids, minimum of 9 hours of sleep, which again, so you can't compare yourselves to your kids. If they're sleeping like, oh my God, how can you sleep so long? It's been 10 hours. That's what their body needs. Infants and babies, they're anywhere from 12 to 18. Preschoolers are about 10 to 12, and then those school age children are a minimum of 9. So if your kids are not getting enough sleep, that might be why they could possibly maybe be struggling at school, is their brain is still like not functioning at optimum levels. Also making sure have they had breakfast to not only break that fast, but give them that energy, that carb boost that they need in the morning. Because when your brain is at work, it is forming a variety of different pathways that are necessary for learning. So if your brain is still asleep, then you're not going to have a productive day at work or at school. So you're also going to struggle with your memory. Sleep is needed for that short term or your working memory. So if you are struggling with remembering things, it could just be you're not getting enough sleep as well. It will definitely affect your moods. Sleep helps with your emotional control, your decision making, and your social interaction. Lack of sleep can increase your irritability and make you more volatile or even depressed. And sleep is needed to help your immune system. That's why when you get a little cold, your doctor is like, okay, you need plenty of fluids. Maybe you're dehydrated, you're not getting enough water, but you also need to rest. You need more sleep when your body is fighting off an infection or an inflammation. Your just being well rested will improve your body's response to that infection. They're able to fight it off better. Okay. Sleep is also needed to regulate your appetite. Okay. To make sure your hormones are balanced, that you are getting enough hormones to help so that you aren't starving, or also you aren't craving the bad things that are out there for you. It can cause digestive problems if you're not getting enough sleep. You can become congested or have, gas or abdominal pains, heartburn, diarrhea, any of those things there. Too little sleep can cause an increase in proteins that are associated with heart disease. So get enough sleep, and that might help your heart disease as well. When we are children, there's different growth hormones, and these are released when we are sleeping. This helps in children, or even in boosting our muscle mass as adults there. And as we are going through puberty, there is a certain release of, hormones that will occur during sleep to help with all of that that's going on in our lives. And they have shown, with regards to diabetes, that they have seen a rise and fall of blood sugar levels in a pattern that has been linked to sleep as well. There are a variety of different common signs of that you might have a sleep disorder. So it might be that you just need to go talk to someone or get tested for a sleep disorder. But if it's taking you more than about 30 minutes to fall asleep, if you are waking up frequently, if you constantly wake up too early, if you just don't ever feel like you're truly well rested when you do wake up in the morning, if you feel sleepy throughout the day, if your bed partner is claiming that you snore loudly, it could be you have maybe sleep apnea or something like that. If you are feeling, a tingling or feelings in your legs or whatever else, if you have sudden muscle weakness, your legs or your arms jerk, if you regularly need stimulants to stay awake during the day. I know plenty of people that just live on caffeine and coffee and all those things. Otherwise, they are just out. Again, snoring could be sleep apnea. It could be that you have some kind of obstruction in your nasal area. It could be a, indication of other health concerns, such as obesity. Talking with your doctor, talking with a, ear, nose, and throat doctor, getting tested for a sleep disorder is important there. So we want to give you a couple of tips for a good night's sleep. Instead of us just telling you, you need to get a good night's sleep or make sure you get that 7 to 9, we want to give you some information on how to just do just that. It helps with anything if you get on a schedule. If you have that routine that, okay, this is the time I'm going to go to bed. And it might take a while. If you're used to going to bed at like midnight, now you're going to try to go to bed at 10 o'clock. It's not going to be just, and all of a sudden it's going to work. It's going to be kind of a gradual thing there that you're going to have to slowly transition your body to. So it could be at 9 o'clock, if you take a shower or whatever, get in your pajamas or whatever you sleep in, brush your teeth, get in bed, get the temperature of the room where you want it. And you just maybe are reading a book. You've turned off the TV and all of those blue lights that we call on your television or your phone light. Those are going to help prevent you from falling asleep. So we want to get those out of the room there. Exercise is a great thing to help you be sleepy or help you get a good night's sleep, but we don't want you to do it too late in the day, especially if you're doing some really like cardio or endurance exercises, because it's going to get your adrenaline pumping, which is going to make it harder to go to sleep. We say about 5 to 6 hours before bedtime, but I think it really just depends on the type of exercise. I've done it, an hour and a half or so before bed. And then that last hour is when I'm kind of winding down or taking my shower or whatever else. And there's a big difference between just doing some like stretching exercises or yoga or Pilates than if you're doing some, endurance aerobic cardio activity. Avoiding caffeine and nicotine. Caffeine, again, is one of those stimulants. And for some people, it can take 8 hours to wear off. Some people, again, if they are going through nicotine withdrawal, I mean, there's a variety of different things that it can cause little or very light sleeping, where you're not able to get that deep REM sleep. We want you to avoid alcoholic drinks before bed. This actually robs you of your deep sleep. It will help you go to sleep initially, maybe, but it has been research has shown that it will cause you to awaken up in just a few hours. It could be for a variety of different reasons, maybe to even just go to the bathroom because your bladder is full. But stopping those alcoholic beverages right before bed so that you aren't waking up within a couple of hours there. Avoiding large meals and beverages late at night, because it helps it'll increases your body is trying to digest all of this, and it'll cause indigestion. Or again, if you drink all these beverages, then you're gonna have to go to the bathroom. Looking at your medications and trying to avoid medications that delay or disrupt sleep if possible. Again, we are not telling you to stop taking your medications. That is a conversation with your doctor and your pharmacist, because there are certain, blood pressure or heart medicines or even asthma medications that could disrupt your sleep. So asking your pharmacist and your doctor, what are the side effects or potential side effects of some of your medications there. Certain medications for colds and coughs and allergies or whatever will disrupt your sleep as well. We do recommend, if you are taking naps, that you do not take a nap after 3 p.m. We recommend that you limit your naps to only 1 hour. And, but for me, I know that naps will make me sleepy and then I'm exhausted for the rest of the night. So some people, it helps to take a hot bath before bed. Some people that bath just kind of wakes them up. It really just depends on your own self. But oftentimes it will help a person relax and just kind of slow down and prepare you for sleep. So making sure that you have a good sleeping environment in your room. You have a little bit of light, you've eliminated most of the light, the noise, and other distractions. Again, we recommend not having that TV in the room because you again will fall asleep. But not only do you have the noise, but it's that white light, that blue light that actually triggers the opposite effect of what you want to trigger it. It's the darkness in the room that will increase that melatonin, the hormone that will help you sleep. If you have those blue lights, it's interfering with that. We want you to use the bedroom for what it's for, sleeping, don't having all these things that are in your bedroom to do or to think about or to whatever else. It needs to have a comfortable mattress and a comfortable pillow. Get the room level, cool or warm or whatever temperature you like it to be. Have a good, exposure to sunlight, natural sunlight, 30 minutes a day. This will help your biological clock, get set, get the routine. You're getting that vitamin D so that when that light goes down, your body knows it is time to go to sleep. Okay. If you're not asleep after you go to bed, don't just continue to lay in bed awake. If you're not asleep after about 20 minutes, then maybe you need to do a relaxing activity until you are sleeping. It could be that you need to, okay, I'm going to put all my worries like over here. You're doing some visualizing, relaxing scenario. You're doing meditation, you're praying, you're tightening and then releasing all your muscles there, and doing that throughout your entire body so that when you're done, all of your muscles are relaxed. Doing something that just de-stresses you. Okay. Again, if you are still, after all that, still having trouble getting a good night's sleep, then go see a doctor for your trouble sleeping. Talk to them before taking medications. Don't just go and start buying some sleep medicine or sleeping pills or any of that kind of stuff. Talk to them. If you are taking certain medications, then we always want to make sure that you are reading any of the warnings. And be careful, because you can create a dependency. I know plenty of people that are like, I'm just going to take the melatonin gummies and that works for me and it helps to put me to sleep. We don't want you to rely on that. We want you to be able, your body to produce natural melatonin. And it can do that, but it could be having problems because if you were suffering from a sleep disorder. So again, rest is something that we need. It's rest or sleep or whatever is you are building breaks into your lives before you collapse there. Okay. You have to, set some times that you can relax, that you can sleep and you can be at peace, because we not only want the sleep, we need it, and we want to make sure that you can get it. Okay. We're going to take another brief break and get a word on from one of our sponsors.
Do you have those annoying potholes in your driveway? Need some driveway regrading? Or maybe you just need some new gravel? Give JT Allison a call. Jody has been in business for over 25 years, specializing in driveway grading and hauling gravel. He also does all types of small tractor work and some backhoe and bush hogging work. Jody strives to do a top-notch job and to make sure that you, the customer, is always happy. Whether it's a small job or a big job, we have multiple truck sizes to accommodate your needs. Here at JT Allison, we appreciate your business. Check us out on Facebook at JT Allison LLC or give us a call at 336-583-6250. Jody and Kim Allison. We are rocking the county one load at a time.
The 16th Annual Harvest Show, presented by the Lloyd Granville Agricultural Heritage Association, will be Friday, October the 6th, 12 noon to 5 p.m., and on Saturday, October the 7th, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the corners of 12th and G Streets in Butner. Antique tractors and engines, Mama's Kitchen, live equipment demonstrations, vendors, food trucks, and so much more. Saturday, there will be a kids' pedal pool and a petting zoo. Be sure to visit the website lgaha.com or follow them on Facebook for more up-to-date information. Special thanks to the sponsors, Granville County and Pipe Tex. That's the 16th Annual Harvest Show, presented by Lloyd Granville Agricultural Heritage Association on Friday, October the 6th and Saturday, October the 7th in Butner.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Gardener's Corner. My name is Jennifer Brown, Family Consumer Science Agent with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension Service. And I want to let you know about some of the programs that we have coming up this month. It's really important to stay active and to participate in so many different things to help with our social and emotional mental health. And we have a variety of different things to help you do just that. The first thing I'm going to share is our monthly calendar. So as you can see, it's a very bright kind of calendar. We do one of these for each month, and this is our calendar for October. And throughout each of the days, we just want to give you a tip, a trick, something to just focus on that particular day, as well as it lets you know about other upcoming activities and events. For example, this past week, we had a slow cooker virtual workshop, which is part of our Get the Dish virtual cooking series. I'll let you know in just a little bit about some of the upcoming workshops and how to get information from the one that we just had this past week. Yesterday, we also had another regional collaborative virtual workshop series, Extension at Home. These are extension workshops that you can participate in at your own home on a variety of different topics. This month, we wanted to teach a workshop on how to prepare for holiday spending. Now, both of our virtual series, again, are available through Zoom free of charge. If you are not able to attend each of those sessions, or if you are interested in one of those sessions that was this past week, simply call or email us at the extension office and let us know that you would like to see the recording and any handouts on either of the two workshops. And throughout the month, you can see we have a lunch and learn scheduled. We want to encourage you to eat healthy, each day, help participate in some of the local community events. This weekend is the Personality Festival in Person County, but it's also the Lord Granville Agricultural Heritage Harvest Festival in Oxford. So there are so many different things that you can participate in each and every weekend, and to be, more physically active and to help your overall health and wellness. If you missed our Get the Dish virtual series this past week, we provided a handout. I'm the one who actually taught this week's session on slow cooker meals. And we not only want to talk about, how to use slow cookers, or, food safety, or some tips or tricks on using them. We want to give you some of our favorite recipes. So one of my favorite ones that I use each and every Thanksgiving is we do a maple brown sugar ham, and it's only 4 ingredients. And it's really one of those, just kind of, you dump it all in the crock pot and you're good to go. Turn it on within 4 or 5 hours. So it really helps me kind of de-stress, and I get to enjoy my Thanksgiving. I can put this in the crock pot, and then all I have to worry about are the sides, or, desserts, or any of those kinds of things. During this cool, crisp fall weather, we always love some nice soups. So we have a vegetable minestrone soup available, but we can't forget our, desserts too. So we have a slow cooker berry cobbler. And even if you just want to make something, whether it's for Thanksgiving or just, throughout the year, if you want to you buy one of those whole chickens, because it's cheaper if you buy it in a whole product and you have to cut it up and do it yourself. And then throwing some vegetables in there. So kind of a twist off, instead of beef stew, which you could do as well, a whole chicken and vegetable recipe in our slow cooker. Again, if you'd like information about that workshop or any of our workshops, you can always email me, or we have on our Eventbrite page, you can have the link to some of our future virtual workshops, and always follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Person Granville FCS. We have all of our flyers and events posted up there about upcoming workshops, whether they're in person or virtual. Our next workshop is actually scheduled for next Tuesday. It is our monthly Lunch and Learn every month at the Extension office. Typically on the second Tuesday of the month, we will have a workshop, and we charge $5 because we provide a nice, healthy, delicious meal. It's not too late to register for next Tuesdays. We would like your $5 registration fee by the end of close of business today at 5 o'clock. The workshop is on cancer basics. And this information that's going to be provided is put together from Rutgers University in New Jersey. And it's actually a series. This is just kind of the introduction, providing basics about cancer. And then there are individual workshops on the different types of cancer. So this is just going to be kind of an hour long, understanding the basics of cancer and giving you maybe some statistics that might actually shock you. And then there are other workshops if you're interested in information just on breast cancer, just on lung cancer, or whatever else. But just within Person County, cancer is one of the leading causes of death. So we're going to provide information about cancer basics, about getting screened, as well as risk factors. Just understanding that a healthy diet can reduce your risk of cancer, that alcohol is a carcinogen, that smoking is actually the leading cause of cancer and not just lung cancer, and that certain viruses can actually increase your risk for cancer. And we're going to give you so much more information. And that workshop is next Tuesday, October 10th at 12 p.m. in the Person County Auditorium. If you're not able to make that workshop, then the following Tuesday at 10 a.m., we will be at the North Granville Senior Center, which is located on Highway 15 in Stovall, North Carolina. We will be offering a workshop on Money Smart for older adults. We understand, and we're often being told that we need to be, smart with our investments, or we need to plan for retirement. We need to do, all of these things, save for college, pay down your house, all of these things that we are being told, but we want to make sure that older adults understand things that they need to do. Maybe they are already retired. There's no more saving for retirement. There's no more college expenses or fees or any of that kind of stuff. But how you can, live on a budget, whether it's a household or a food budget, but also making sure that you aren't being scammed. There's a lot of frauds and a lot of scams out there, whether they're telephone scams, whether they've got romance scams, they've got online, scams, they can steal your identity scams. There's so many different things out there. So we're going to kind of give an overview in this workshop of elder financial exploitation and some things that you can do to make sure that you aren't being taken advantage of either by a loved one or by a stranger who's trying to get, some of that information and do some things that they shouldn't do. Every week, as we mentioned, our Get the Dish virtual cooking series, every week we have a different workshop. So for the last couple of weeks, we had talked about an electric pressure cooker, and we've talked about vegetarian meals. And then, as I mentioned earlier this Tuesday, I talked about slow cookers. Well, next week is the air fryer. So maybe you've been given an air fryer, or maybe you bought one, but you haven't really used it, or you don't know how to use it, or any of that. We're going to be kind of giving you some information about the basics of air frying. And we're going to give you, again, some delicious, healthy recipes that you can use in your air fryer. And that's just next Tuesday's workshop. It's at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And then every Tuesday at 2 p.m. From now until November 14th, we will have a different workshop. When you register, you can register for one, you can register for all of them, whatever. If you missed some of the other weeks and you're interested in getting that information, again, just email me and or give us a call at the extension office and let us know what information you would like. Again, the great thing about the Zoom workshops and doing it virtually is even if you can't attend the live session, at 2 p.m. next Tuesday, we record all of the sessions. And just by registering, you will get a copy of that recording and the handouts and information. So register for our workshops to learn about the air fryer, gluten-free cooking with beans, mastering artisan breads, even a candy making workshop, peanut brittle, and freezer meals. These are just some of the different topics. And if there's other topics that you are particularly interested in, just let us know and we can get a workshop scheduled. And then last but not least, on Monday, October 30th, we have we're going to have a little physical activity exercise. At the beginning of our Gardener's Corner program today, we talked about the importance of physical activity and exercise. And we would be remiss if we didn't provide an opportunity for you to do that. So we have a kind of a fun twist on exercise, and we are collaborating with the Person County Senior Center. Just as a reminder, the Senior Center has exercise classes like each day. Every weekday, there's either a group fitness, a cardio drumming, a chair yoga, a line dancing. There's, and the list goes on and on. But we are tweaking Monday, October 30th exercise class. We are going to be hosting it at the Person County office building in the auditorium. So we have plenty of room to spread out. And we are going to do a Halloween exercise class. We have a fitness instructor that is going to be leading us. They will actually be on Zoom. We will put it up on the screen, but we will be live in person in the auditorium. The waiver form, and so you can warm up. And she's going to do a light exercise, Halloween exercise routine. We're actually going to use a pumpkin, a 2 to 3 pound pumpkin. I believe it's called the pumpkin pie size of pumpkin. So we are asking you to pre-register. It is free to attend, but you need to pre-register by calling the extension office at 336-599 1195, or you can put your name down on the list at the Person County Senior Center. We're going to try to provide enough pumpkins for everybody, so that's why we need you to pre-register. If you don't get pre-registered in time, then we can't guarantee that we will have a pumpkin available to you. You're always welcome to come and join us for physical activity and the exercise class, but if you want me to provide the pumpkin, you need to register ahead of time. Otherwise, go to the grocery store and buy your own 2 to 3 pound pumpkin pie size pumpkin and come on. Again, it will be Monday, October 30th from 9:30 till about 11:30. So we're going to do our exercise class. It's just a 30-minute exercise class. It's for, all different ages and ranges of mobility and whatnot. So you don't need to worry about it. And any exercises that you don't feel that you can do, you can always modify. That's perfectly fine. And since it's Halloween, we want to have a little fun with it. We want to encourage you, if you would like to dress up either in a Halloween costume or just wear a nice fall Halloween shirt. We are hoping to have some prizes for best costume and even just, prizes just kind of for attending, as well as we are going to, after the exercise class, we're going to take our pumpkin and we're going to have a little pumpkin painting contest or just activity. You don't have to have any artistic abilities or skills or whatever else, and we'll give out a prize for the best decorated pumpkin. So we're going to have a blast. Again, that's Monday, October 30th, 9:30 is when we start at the office. We're going to have a 30-minute exercise class, and then we're going to have some fun with pumpkin painting. So please call our extension office to get registered for that. And remember that, we have a variety of different workshops, classes throughout the month. If you can't attend, but you have, or you have a topic that you want us to teach a class on in the future, please don't hesitate to let us know. Check us out on our virtual Eventbrite page to find out about our virtual workshops. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Person Granville FCS. And every month we send out a monthly email blast. So if you just want to get on that monthly email blast so that you get the email that lists all of the workshops each month that we have that take place in both Person and Granville counties, again, you can just always contact the extension office, email me, or just let someone know that you would like to be on the FCS email list. I try to keep my emails at a minimum. Just the one monthly email blast is what I try to do. So I'm not gonna spam you or any of that. And we want to provide programs to all of you on food, nutrition, health, and wellness. This is, again, I'm Jennifer Brown, Family Consumer Science Agent with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension Service. Thank you for tuning in to today's Gardener's Corner program, and I look forward to seeing you at some of our programs in the future. Take care. And we're going to get a word on from another one of our sponsors.
South Boston Memorials, located 1439 Seymour Drive in South Boston, Virginia, has been in business since 1958. The Myers family of South Boston Memorials believe that every life has a story. For 4 generations, their life work has been to present and preserve that story for our prosperity to hear. Allow South Boston Memorials to tell yours. South Boston Memorials has granite memorials, markers, and mausoleums, over 300 in stock. In-house laser etching is available at South Boston Memorials, and they can also make pet markers. For memorial benches, vases, and monuments, call on South Boston Memorials at 434-572-3859 or visit their website, sobomemorials.com. That's 434-572-3859. South Boston Memorials is located 1439 Seymour Drive in South Boston, Virginia. Like us on Facebook or visit the website, sobomemorials.com. The Halifax County Fair in South Boston, Virginia runs today through Saturday, October 7th. Weekdays, gates open at 4, rides start at 5, and go until 10. Saturday, gates open at 10 a.m., rides start at 12 noon and go until 10 p.m. The location of the Halifax County Fair in South Boston, Virginia is at 1188 James D. Hagood Highway, US 360. Log on to Halifax County Fair to see a list of entertainment and other attractions for the 113th Halifax County Fair, running today through Saturday behind the South Boston Speedway. Why don't you make it your plans and be sure to enjoy the Halifax County Fair today?